Let's say like this.
Yeah.
I don't hate to use the word hate. Let's say you don't like Trump. Let's say that, right?
Sure. Again, let's just say
as a politician, you don't like Trump, right?
Sure. Entertaining.
Here's what I like to say. If you hate Trump, I'm not gonna say you do.
I don't.
You gotta hate Biden.
I think you have to hate all of them.
Yes.
But you still have to, like, unfortunately, it's two systems. You have to pick a side.
No, I know, but Trumpies is just out here in the open.
Okay, so these guys are
He's
just
like, yo, I'm going to pay Stormy $300,000 for the back door.
Sure, so...
He got busted.
Right.
JoJo, you're not hearing about it, but you know it's happening.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't understand.
Wait, so Trump just gets caught, and so that's what makes him better?
He's not better. He's no worse. That's what I'm saying. He's no worse.
I think they're all, like, you just watch right now, like, just, it's all bullshit. Like, the people, they're a liar. They're politicians, like, will say whatever they need to say to whoever they need to say it to advance their agenda, their life, their 100%. Own livelihood. All of them. Like Barack Obama, who a lot of people don't like. I don't, honestly.
You're coming hard for Obama.
Well, I'm just going to say, like, I don't even know, like, what policies you would or wouldn't like, because I wasn't really paying attention like that.
Exactly.
But public speaking wise, I could hang on to every word he said because he was such a good, probably the best public speaker of our generation.
It's called acting.
Yeah, he's great at it.
Yeah.
He knows how to deliver a message. He knows how to be funny. He knows how to be cool, and that appealed to me.
Okay, so wait. I just want to know why I'm right leaning. So, like, two guys want to get married. That's fine.
Okay.
Live your life.
All right.
Okay. People want to change their sex after 18. Do whatever you want.
Okay. That's
right.
great. So sounds right now you're 2 for 2.
People want to identify as an eggplant. Go for it.
Sure.
Doesn't mean I might not have questions.
Fair enough.
Okay. Go for it.
So you might actually not be a right.
I make good money, and there's services to help homeless people get off the street, and I can pay into that. Go for it.
Wow.
I'd like a little tax break.
Sure.
But if I don't, whatever.
Okay. I'm sure you'll get a receipt for that.
I'm not paying for people's vapes. So far I'm 3 for 3 with you. So give me more. What do you want to know?
Keep going. I mean, you might be alienating your audience here.
Public transportation, I think it's good. Do I think everything should be electric? I used to, but no.
Okay.
Because they can shut down the shit.
Sure.
So I think you got to have some gas.
Okay.
Do I think climate change is as crazy as everyone else does?
You know what? I think that this is very important for you to keep going and say this because there are people that watch your material that are not as, I'm an open-minded individual.
Yeah.
Other people that might think a certain way about you, and now they're going to hear you say this stuff.
They may like me,
and
they may hate me.
like you more.
They may like me, they may hate me.
Yeah.
Student loan debt, it depends. Some of the colleges are predatory. Some of people, they got to pay some of it back.
Sure.
It's a gray area.
That makes sense.
I don't know enough. Give me another issues. I don't know.
I mean, so far you're on the left side of every issue.
Yeah, dude. I think Dawes, our great leader, Dawes, he said, dude, you're fiscally conservative, socially liberal, which I believe I am.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want,
right.
As long as it's legal.
Sure.
And somewhat moral, because everyone's morals are different.
Yeah.
But okay, if I go into a restaurant and you look like a female, and I say, ma'am, and you go, please don't.
Yeah, so I want to speak on that for a second. The genders. I'll speak on that for a second, okay?
You could be with it, but I might push back a little bit because I don't
okay.
It's not do whatever you want, but don't get mad.
I've been around recently even, on sets and with people in crews that are that identifies in all sorts of ways, right? And I'll say that I still feel like I'm not used to it, and I don't know what. I'm afraid I'm going to say something that's going to piss somebody off.
You're scared.
Right? No, I just don't want to.
What are you going to get canceled from?
I didn't say I'm going to get canceled.
The Canadian dollar?
I'm supportive of whatever their journey is, and I don't want to be one of the people that's like, oh, I don't want to. I'm all for it. Do what you got to do. My point is, though, is that the younger crew members and the 20-year-olds and the people that I see, it's very normal. So
to identify,
it rolls off the tongue just to be like, oh, they're coming over here, and a one person comes over,
and you're like, where's the second person?
Right. So I think that's just the future is going to be a lot less.
Oh, the
weird
future
about
is going to be there.
Yeah, the future's it's already there. Yeah, is my point. So it's just we got to just learn or get off the bus or whatever the expression is.
I'm about that life, but don't think I can't. The issue is you can't joke about it.
You can.
I can.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're so much Hollywood is very left leaning.
I used to be the one when we would go on shows together where you would say to me,
yeah, dude,
what are you saying, man? You can't say that stuff.
And now you come to me, and I'm you.
Flipped.
But here's what's crazy, dude.
I used to be you. But you used to be me.
I know.
You were so nervous when I would say something about Polly or something like that.
Because I didn't want to fuck up my bag. But the bag is blown up.
Yes.
And you can be canceled for a fart.
Well, I think that's coming.
Okay.
I think it's coming.
Hold on.
I think it's toning down.
We've gone all over the place. Hope you're following us. Let me go back for a second.
So I'm a child
right
actor.
Here. No. Talking about cancellation.
Yes.
Someone who I think should have never been canceled. But I have to ask you because you are Jewish. Gina Carano, to me, should have never been canceled.
What does that have to do with that? What did she do? I don't really
know. You
know.
don't even know.
No.
And you are literally like...
What did she do?
You are literally like you wake up and you eat crêpe lach soup.
I do. It's delicious.
Gina Carano got in trouble for a tweet where she compared... I don't get this correct if I'm wrong. She compared the mandates and lockdowns of COVID and stuff to the Holocaust. And it didn't go well.
As it wouldn't. I guess she just doesn't know that or didn't know
You'd
that.
have to look at the tweet. I don't have
my
it in front
point
of
is,
me.
like, she didn't have somebody in her life that ever told her.
Bro, before she even put a period, she was done.
Yeah.
She was cooked.
Yeah.
They wanted her out. But
who's they? Here's the other thing.
Ooh,
The they that you speak of that's out there canceling people.
I hit a button. I know where you think I'm going, and I'm not.
No, I just want to know. It's just like because like there's a loud presence of 2,000 tweets on
doesn't
on
mean
Twitter,
it's a huge group.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yes.
People live in this bubble where social media is so fucking important to all of us,
Yes.
myself included, just as guilty.
Yes.
I'll open up and I have notifications and I'll look at them
Yes.
just like everybody else. So when there's somebody whose whole existence is being on Twitter and they get in their mentions 200 people saying, oh, fuck you, we shouldn't have said that, fuck you, or 300 or 400 or 30,000 even.
Yes.
To them, it's like, in their bubble, it's the biggest fucking deal, and everybody hates me, and everybody knows.
Yes.
Fucking reality, nobody knows. Shut the fuck up. Let it...
But it did affect Gina because she got kicked off The Mandalorian.
Sure. Well,
her doll got canceled. She lost a lot of jobs.
She shouldn't have done that. But I don't know that she knew that she shouldn't have done that. Not to give her a pass or not a pass, but like I think if she knew, she wouldn't have said that. Like if she knew that was not cool to say, I think that she wouldn't have said it.
Well, she had something in her bio on Twitter, and it said, "My pronouns are beep bop beep."
Well,
which was R2D2.
so it sounds to me that she's
the old
maybe poking the bear.
Yeah, she poked the bear,
and then she got.
You would have laughed.
It's sure. Comedy's comedy. She doesn't have the same license as you do because you are actually making a living as a comedian.
Yeah, but she's funny.
But she's got jokes.
Look, here's what I'm trying to say is.
I don't think she should have said that.
I don't know what she said, and unless we bring it up right now. Here's what you can look it up if you want.
It's not my job to say she shouldn't make a living.
Yes.
But I don't think she should have said that. To compare the Holocaust to the lockdown, it's two different things.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Now, actually, I'm going to read it to you because now we're so intense with this, and I want to show you this. So hold on a second. Okay, here it is. Because you are. Hold on. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, ready. It says. Okay, so it said, oh, come on, man. It said, okay, Jews were beaten in the streets.
Wait, that's the opening of her tweet?
It's not a great opening. I understand. But let's listen. Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers.
Nazi is the pronunciation.
Nazi. There's no T in it. Okay. Jews were beaten in the streets not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, which can we agree on that's true?
I wasn't there, but it sounds right.
You talk to a lot of people.
Sure.
Because history is edited, mostly people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? That's the tweet.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's as wow as you think it is. Like that deep thought that she put out
No,
there.
what I'm saying is this: is that I talked to you about this because there's not many people I would talk to. You
Sure.
You have people in your family with the numbers.
Sure.
You were like,
It really offends me when people say that the Holocaust didn't happen when
Of course
my
it
grandparents
happened.
literally have tattoos on or had tattoos of numbers on their arms. And they didn't go to like fucking Lucky's tattoo shop on Sunset to get that.
they did not. Please stop
so,
saying
so
that.
it's real.
I know,
It's
and
real.
you are
So
a person that grew up with that,
Okay,
and they
so
were
there-
like the numbers,
all right, so
and I
there-
know how that affected you.
There are people that grew up that I've met in my life that have never even seen a Jewish person. They
Well,
don't
that's
know.
crazy.
Like I would meet people, especially in my travels, we'll call it.
Yes.
Like when I leave my bubble of like where I grew up, and people are like, "You're Jewish? Where's your beard? Or where's your horns?" Even it's like
Why would you have a horn?
that's I don't know. They see it on Borat, but yeah, there's people that don't know it. That don't know it.
Where's the
So she
horns?
doesn't know. She doesn't know.
Okay, but what I'm saying is this:
I think that's not a cool thing to say, but she can say what she wants.
Would you say that she's defending the Jews?
Listen, you have freedom of speech in
Would you
America.
say she's defending the Jews?
No, she's definitely not defending the Jews. She's definitely minimizing, in my opinion.
She basically compared what happened.
Are you telling me, Jamie?
To the
Let's be
political
reasonable
views.
here. Let's be
Obviously,
reasonable.
the outcome is way worse. With
Forget about the
Holocaust.
outcome. She's talking about even if what she's saying, Jews were beaten in the streets by their neighbors. Are there people that are Trumpers that are your neighbors that are getting beaten in the streets right now?
Probably not. They're
Getting
doing.
rounded up in the streets?
They're doing
There's
the beating.
not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just words. Okay. People are saying words and tweeting mean shit to each other.
Yeah.
They're not out there fucking You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah, no, I know.
And the comparison is it's not apples
It's not
to
a-
apples.
it's
It's
not-
like apples to fucking dog shit.
It's not a good comparison.
No. So that's what happened. You have freedom of speech in America, which is amazing, but that doesn't mean you have freedom of consequence. People can still, if someone owns their private company like Twitter, who I don't even know what's going on there now, but if someone owns Twitter and you're on there saying something they don't like, they can tell you get the fuck off.
But-
just the same way that if I own a parking lot and you're parking your car and blasting music, I can tell you get the fuck out of my parking lot.
Yes.
There's freedom of speech, but there's not freedom of consequence.
Yes, and what I meant to go back with the they is that as soon as she hit send, she was off the Disney
Yeah.
show. She's not only with Disney, she's out of the Star Wars universe, which
Yeah.
is a subsect of Disney. Her agents, her managers, her fucking lawyers, her nutritionists, they all drop. I mean, literally,
So basically all the Jews in her life.
I didn't say that. Okay, so are there nutritionist Jews?
No.
So she's out like that, a strong, beautiful, independent woman.
America loves a comeback.
Well, here's what I want to say is, did she deserve to get canceled or an extreme talking to?
I think she deserved to be educated.
Yes. There you go.
Right.
There you go.
But I'm not everybody.
There you go, bro.
But my point is the people that canceled her are not that big of a group. It's just like
Disney's
the loud...
Disney's
yeah,
big.
Disney. But Disney was listening to the 2,000
Yes,
people that tweeted.
I agree with you, but all I'm saying is that no corporation wants smoke anymore.
Well,
No,
why would they want that particular smoke?
Of course, you're not
That's
going
a
to.
bad example.
Yeah, I
Give me an
get it.
example of somebody
Listen.
like something else that's a lot more lighthearted, because that's not lighthearted.
It's not. She was trying to make a point, and it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So some points you shouldn't make on Twitter.
Yes. All my whole thing was it's not right. We have to support the Holocaust and the survivors of it, but the issue is that
How did we get to the Holocaust?
I don't
I thought we
know.
were coming on here to talk about Bob Saget.
We were. Jesus Christ. You fucking brought up, you said, Mr. Biden, the president of the United States.
Which he is.
And so I was like, here's what I want to say is that I just think that why we're canceled. So if when people, I'm seeing people get canceled left and right, I just think going back to what we were saying is
Yeah, but
you
then
have
people
to.
are getting uncanceled.
Yeah, that's true.
Hulk Hogan came back.
But here's the difference. Hollywood, in my opinion, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Do you agree with that? Like, I'll be interested to see the Golden Globe numbers.
Doesn't even
It's
exist.
on a Tuesday. A fucking Tuesday.
Well, it's a
which is crazy.
yeah, it's not.
It's a Tuesday,
It's
bro.
not the same.
Do you remember we would go to the Globes?
Sure.
We'd be up all fucking night.
Yeah.
And then we would go to someone's house.
Sure.
And then it was a house we can't talk about. And then we would go to the back house. And then we would end up at fucking Swingers at 8 a.m.
Swingers like a restaurant. Not
Yeah.
yeah.
And so, like, dude, it was a Sunday night. The Globes were the second biggest
The good
night in
old
town.
days.
But the Globes were on a Tuesday.
One of your go-to lines was like, I haven't seen you since the Globes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, we go. Let's just drop a name. We go to Rod Stewart's house.
Sure.
Go into Rod Stewart's guest house.
Sure.
Go into Rod Stewart's guest house.
A lot of guest houses.
Yeah, we could be there till 5 a.m.
Sure.
With different heiresses. Everyone's having a good time. That's done now.
You had a good time.
Well, you also had a nice time.
Different time.
Yeah. So what I'm saying.
I'll tell you what. Something funny while you're talking about
Oh boy.
that.
Okay, here we go. Go ahead. How much are you going to put out there? I can edit it.
Yeah. I think you'll want this.
I fucking should have edited the other thing out. That didn't come out right. I'll edit that out.
I don't think you're going to remember where it was.
I'll watch it down.
Yeah. First of all, like I'm not here to tell you not to speak your mind and say your shit.
Yes.
But I'm still like your friend that's gonna say shit. If I don't agree, I'm gonna feel not scared to say it.
You want to get paid?
Yes.
That was a joke. So go ahead.
I agree with everything you're saying.
Boys. So wait a minute. So tell me what you were about to say.
I don't know.
You were about to say, let me tell you something.
About what?
And you're like, I'm going to put you on.
Yeah. Okay. I thought we were coming to talk about Bob Saget.
I would love that.
So we're a year anniversary, and I feel like we got.
Is it now?
It's coming up, and I feel like
we can do that.
Before that, I'll tell a story because you said Eris, and I know that you want this out there.
Oh God.
So me and Jamie, we used to hang out all the time, right?
The aughts. The mid-aughts.
Yeah, and we went to...
The mid-aughts were fantastic.
We went to a party.
I also loved the 90s.
Yeah. We went to a party at... It was Paris Hilton's party, her birthday party.
Great parties.
Now, first off, years later, we performed at her birthday party in Vegas with Ludacris.
Yeah.
And we did a whole thing for her. So she's always been sort of Jamie fan and supportive of Jamie and Stu, obviously. When
we did
were
a
doing
guest spot at Luda. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was in Vegas at her birthday. Anyway, this was years prior at her house.
How was the reaction at the Luda? It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't bad.
It was at Babies.
Was it?
Or Body English. Go ahead.
So anyway, we go to Paris's house, and I'm like, and this is probably like at the height of like Paris.
Yeah.
Because Paris Hilton was the #1 famous person on earth.
This is when Kim was saying...
Okay, wait, Kim wasn't even Kim yet.
Okay.
Because Kim was at this party.
But was she 2 coffees, 3 creams?
Yes.
Okay.
So we went to this party, and I'm like, well, what's going to happen here? And we walk in, and Paris Hilton's mom sees Jamie, and she stops the whole party like, DJ, turn it off! Everybody, Jamie Kennedy is here! And I'm like, what? And everyone's like, hey! And it was like, come here, you! Paris, look who's Jamie's here! And it was like, what is happening? And Jamie got so much love there. Now, Kim was her buddy at the time.
Yeah. Thank you, Kathy.
But Kim
Much love to Kathy.
Kim wasn't Kim yet.
No, Kim
was Paris's like buddy.
Yes.
Like kind of quiet, like good-looking girl off in the corner type of thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and but anyway, I'll never forget that. I love that you got from that at that party, and Suge Knight was there, and even he was like, "Oh, who's this guy? Hey, Jamie."
Suge was there.
Suge was there.
Wait, that was right. That was a beautiful moment in time. She did. She literally
stopped the whole party and like made an announcement that Jamie was there.
She liked the show.
She was a fan.
She liked the show.
Yeah.
Much love to Kathy and Rick.
Yes.
Love Kathy and Rick.
And you and Paris were friendly.
Me and Paris were very friendly. I haven't seen her for a while. Much love to Paris and Nikki. Haven't seen them forever.
Yeah.
But the great thing is we used to roll to those parties a lot. And
see, this would be interesting to like tell these kind of stories.
Listen, bro.
Because, like, the stuff when you tell your like inside Jamie stories, I love that. Like when you're talking about how you tried out for this or how you ended up on that.
Yeah.
There's like you have like a billion stories like the one I just told.
So you're saying I should just say that and forget my opinions?
You can say the opinions too.
You
but
sure?
I think you should mix in more stories.
The opinions are going to Patreon.
That's smart.
Well, because I can't. I'm getting demonetized.
Paywall.
Yeah. Going back to that.
Yes.
There's I gotta see if we can cut this out, but Paris had the greatest house. I mean, she bought a new house every year. Like she would upgrade it, right? And remember, she had like a stripper pole.
Yeah.
And she had all these dope, like looked like Marilyn Monroe, but it was her in different like things of the house.
Yeah.
And all her different deals she had. It was amazing. And her parents, her sister, all beautifully supportive. And so she would have the best of everybody.
Good party.
Her mom said that. I'll never forget this. I'm gonna say this. I have to figure if we can cut it out or keep it. So I remember because we were kind of chilling. We were cool with Nick Cannon. We were doing Wild and Out a good amount of times.
Yeah.
And Nick would low key.
This is like Nick 11 kids ago.
Yeah, he might have had one that he didn't know in the Wild. And Nick was also like low key a DJ, like how Shaq's a DJ. Like Nick really is a DJ.
He was like the OG, one of these guys that was grinding him from every angle.
But he really is a good fucking DJ.
He's good at a lot of things.
He's good at a lot of things, but he really likes.
I knew him when I was a kid.
Yeah, like people would he would be an actor, but he would still do a DJ gig because he loved it.
But he was like a prodigy even back then. In the 90s, I remember going on auditions. There was a show. I think Nick was one of the first kids. He got a deal with Will Smith's company, Overbrook. Is that what it was?
I
was auditioning for like the Nick Cannon. This is in the 90s. Nick was doing like Nickelodeon kind of shows
around all that time.
Sure.
So he's DJing at the party.
Yep.
Because Paris wanted a good DJ, and Nick was Nick, but he loves a DJ.
Sure.
And I think it was either this party or was it it could have been the Sundance party. I think it was this party.
Sundance, he was for sure DJing.
So maybe
but she was also at that as well.
We're talking about Kim K.
They all were.
Okay, so one of them is, and Kim Kardashian had a Shahi vibe. Those who know, where she would stand out in a room.
She's blowing up now.
Yeah, she's blowing up. God bless her.
What's the thing I just saw her in?
She was in
something huge
with Black Adam.
Yeah,
with The Rock.
Right.
So Kim K walked in. Yeah, you're laughing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm fucking doing. Everybody who's in my life, did they touch something?
Yeah.
Is there a stone here?
I guess so.
So long story not boring is Kim K. I remember she walked in the first time I ever saw her, and she's striking.
Yeah.
She was just a different looking, beautiful.
You get nervous just having her around you.
Yeah, young girl, and she locked eyes with me, and I locked eyes with her, and I'm
like, had a moment.
No, it's just I'm because she was new on the scene.
Sure. So she's like, who's this?
And
guy?
I didn't know that was Robert Kardashian's father, who we all knew.
Daughter.
So excuse me. And I remember having this moment. She was really pretty.
You guys had a moment.
Not a moment. Just I looked at her and she looked at me.
You think she remembers that?
It's a chance. I mean, look, I looked at her because I thought she was striking, and I think she probably looked at me because Kathy made an announcement. And so
she did.
So long story boring is Nick either at that time was dating. Nick was like
Sneaky Nick.
Yeah, he's the OG.
Sure.
And either it was before or after. I think they were either broken up or possibly going to break up. Nick confided in you. And he said something. I don't know if I can keep this or not. And he's like, I can't with her, Stu. There's videos of this man pissing on her, Stu. He going to the toilet on her. It's not exactly the words. And this was pre-Ray to the J. So Paris didn't really put the tape out yet, or maybe she did. And Kim had this tape.
I think Paris had.
She had the tape. No, she had the tape. She had the tape.
The tape is what blew her up.
It was Tommy and Pam.
Yeah.
And then that was the pilot of this series.
Yes.
Paris came out of the gate.
But then it became watered down. It didn't last long.
But Kim was the last one.
Yeah.
And Kim's, it kind of hit for her, but there was a lot more after that.
The teen mom girl was doing real porn.
Yeah, she did that. We repped her for a minute.
Did you?
Yeah. She did her first anal. So
turn around. Okay.
I'll have to edit that out. So long story boring is that Kim, I remember Nick was very upset about it.
That should be the name of the show. Long story boring.
Long story, and I think she at that, I don't know, but I don't know if they were broken up. I never forget that he was like, yo, let me just do the scratch real quick. And he did a thing, and he's like, in between scratches, I'm telling you, there's a tape. Do you remember this?
Not as well as you do.
He was just not happy about it. That potentially the girl he was with.
Well, it worked out. It worked out for everybody.
For everybody. He has
that used to be the path to success. Now it's actually a lot harder now because you got TikTok and all these other different platforms. And I don't know how you feel about it. I think it's a generation thing, not an age thing, but a generation how we came up, that grind that we came up in, you even more than me.
You grinded?
No, of course, but I'm just saying this grind era, it's a different grind now. You used to have to be able to fucking whole maneuvers to get near a door, and now you just can use your phone and fucking whatever. But I don't know if that's real sustainable fame that you can achieve off of TikTok. I'm sure there are examples where it has worked, obviously, but I don't know if it's sustainable. I still think you need to have some steak with your sizzle.
1,000%. But I don't even. Here's the problem, dude. I just talked about this in my new video. You didn't watch it. Do people care about steak as much?
Maybe
anymore?
not.
Currency is attention. Attention is the new currency.
And attention spans are so short, which leads me back to our original conversation about being canceled and all that stuff. People's attention spans are so short, the news cycle will move on, no matter what you did. Michael Jackson died, and a week later there was another story. Remember Charlie Sheen was going fucking crazy?
Tiger blood.
Like, and then we moved on to something else, and we never even heard about what happened with him.
Yeah.
It's like the cycle moves even faster than it ever did. When
Yeah.
we grew up, a song lasted the whole summer.
Yep.
Now you hear a song, it came out, it's old. 6 hours later, it's old.
You're right.
We put out a Drake video. Rodness produces Drake videos, as you know, or maybe don't know. And
I was in one of the last ones.
Yeah, the next day, it's old. Shelf life is this long now. 15 minutes of fame, never mind. It's 15 seconds of fame now. That's what it is, and it's attainable for anybody who has a social media account. Can feel what it feels like to be watched and to be loved and liked in 15 seconds. 30, even if you got 30 likes, if you're Joe Schwartz working at fucking wherever,
Yeah.
that's 30 people.
Yeah. You made him a Jew.
I made him a Jew.
Yeah.
And scene. You know what?